A very good evening to all. Respected our resource person for the evening, Mr. Sibu V. Raju. I am seeing that approx 1,400 plus participants have already joined and they are still. So we can start the session, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening to you all, especially President Rajiv, sir. Thanks for your motivation and welcome, sir. Thanks a lot. Uh, Dear teachers and principals, a warm welcome to you all to the today's topic, experiential education or learning. These words are not unknown to us. It's a non-words to us. Rather, we use regularly in our school, as well as CBSE also stress on these words and try to implement in the schools. So teachers, it's a 1 hour time we will be reflecting on what is experiential learning or education and how can we implement in a better way and in an effective way. That's what we will be looking today. So first in this session, first we'll be saying experiential, then education, then experiential education we'll see together. In short, we see in today's world, in 21st century, we see a lot of educational changes. Lot of changes we see, lot of changes. The system what we follow last year may not be the system this year, and it will not be the same for the next year or the coming years. Even when we see the CBSE itself, we see a lot of changes. We had 100% mark system, then it came to 30 plus 30 plus 40 system, then 40 plus 40, then sorry 20 plus 20 plus 70 system we had. So ASL, different activities, open textbook assessment, things were happening. And in 2018 also changed to place 80 plus 20. So again, there's a slight changes in that also. So let us see why these changes takes place. We know it is said in this world, if something is there in the world without change, that is change. Every time changes. Every time. And moreover, we need to update ourselves. So for this, we will be seeing today how can we implement experiential education in our classroom, in our daily teaching, in order to make the students active and energetic, as well as to make the students understand the topic very easily. कभी कभी हम लोग क्लास में जाते तो बच्चे बताते कि सर मैं कई बार पढ़ा हूं लेकिन भूल गया हूं, या परीक्षा के समय में भूल जाता हूं, कई बार मैं पढ़ता हूं लेकिन मैं भूल जाता हूं. सिंपल, शायद हम लोग उस लेवल तक, otherwise we may not be going into their level and coming up. Simple task to teach. After graduation or PG, post graduation or any other qualification, you know what we do normally, including me, we go to the class and we teach our knowledge. We teach the knowledge which I have. Rarely we look into what knowledge they have and where they are standing. तो हम लोग ये सीखना चाहिए. हम लोग बीएड में भी सीखते हैं. हम लोग हमारा लेवल से निकलकर बच्चे के लेवल में जाना चाहिए. From there we have to lift them into upper level. So in experience, we will see in the word experience. Experiential came from the word experience. So experiential learning tells about that only. Learning after a proper experience. A learning after or teaching or educating or education after having a proper experience. That's what we'll be reflecting today. So as I was sharing the screen, see, let's see what is the meaning of experiential, relating to derived from providing or experience. Experiential or experiential knowledge, experiential lessons. So these are the connected words just I put into the mind in order to understand the small theory of it. is experiential word. Sometimes we think क्या ये experiential क्या सच में real word है या उसमें उसके पीछे और कुछ है. So it gives a real word from derived from simple word experience or experiential things can be seen, touched and verified. You know, in subjects हम लोग कई सारा सब्जेक्ट्स बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं, मैथ, साइंस, फिजिक्स, केमिस्ट्री, इंक्लूड्स इन साइंस, social science, computer, languages, many subjects we teach. You know, there's a difference in all subjects. Difference in all subjects. For example, we see language, an emotional subject. Emotional subject. कई कभी कभी बच्चे हम लोग भी कभी लैंग्वेज टीचर्स आने के लिए हम लोग वेट करते थे. क्यों? बहुत सारा कहानियां सुनने के लिए, बहुत सारा कविता सुनने के लिए, बहुत मजाक चलते थे क्लास में. When it comes to social science or science, maths, no, we think little tough, especially in the science. You know, verified. That's what experiential learning. That's what we are coming into. So experiential in the sense can be seen, can touch, verified. That experience. I have experienced it. For example, a child is moving towards fire. Child saw a candle is burning. A candle is burning, and the child is walking towards or just crawling towards the fire, the candle, and we say if you touch, you will get hurt. You will be hurt. Child may not. Okay, because child has not experienced, child has seen, right? And how to experience? When I touch fire, I understand, yes, it burns. If I touch fire, it burns. Now if I touch hot water, I understand my hand gets burned, right? Means experience. I have to experience. If something is experiential, it is real. It is real. Once a person asked, have you seen God? क्या आप भगवान को देखे हैं? We believe in God. We believe in God. Then there was no answer. So the another person said, do you breathe? Do you breathe? Yes, I breathe. What's the proof for that? Can you see? Can you see the breathe air? Can you see the air? No. Then how can we? See, the same way, there are some things which we cannot feel, but it is there. It is there. Breeze or wind, what moves. But one thing we have to see, therefore, many of us, we believe in science. Many of us, we believe in science that, yes, science says about the reality and authenticity. That's authenticity in it. H2O means it is water. It is water, right? So it is rather conceptual, it is real, but cannot learn everything experientially. That's what I wanted to connect with. Yes, we experience God. Somebody putting the chat box. Yes, we experience God. We experience wind. We experience, the air is moving, but we cannot see. We cannot see. Suppose somebody says that, no, I have to see, then only I believe. No, all experiences cannot be shown to someone. For example, I am having sugar in my, I'm putting my sugar, I'm taking a little bit sugar, putting in my mouth, and I'm saying sugar is tasty. Can I explain to someone how much taste I experienced? No, no, but I experienced. That's what sometimes students say that mathematics teacher teaches well. Mathematics teacher teaches well, but social science teacher, not that much. Not that much. And when we sit in the class, sometimes mathematics teacher's class may not be that much, knowledgeable. It may not be giving a lot of knowledge. But in the social science class, teacher may be giving a lot of knowledge. But students experience mathematics class may be more than social science because the teaching style, understanding level, and connection with the students. So when I experience something, I can express in a better way. If I am not experiencing, then I cannot express something in a better way. Therefore, it is said, before I enter into class to teach subject knowledge, I have to have psychological knowledge. Means I should understand the student's psychology. I should understand the background of the students and the social environment. What is going on at present? What is going on at present? Suppose I teach in the class about World War. In this scenario, we should at least put some points about Ukraine and Russia war also, right? So that's called environmental knowledge. So experience, we cannot explain every time, but we can express. We can express in a better way. So here, in the learning cycle that David called analysis, he brought this. I'll be giving a bird's eye view about David Cole, who came with a strong force of uh, uh, experiential learning. In his model, he published in 1984, basically involves four stages of learning. That is what experiential learning. What are four stages of learning? One, concrete learning. Concrete learning. Reflective observation. Abstract conceptualization. Active experimentation. Active experimentation. Now, concrete learning. Am I learning concretely or not? Sometimes, it came to mind that we go to the class, we prepare a lot of things, concrete, everything we prepare and go to the class. We may be teaching, go on teaching the class, belly is wrong. We may be, go to the class, start teaching, we are into the mode of teaching, belly is wrong. It is telling that you get out of the class. You get out of the class. What does it mean? My period is over. My period is over. I prepared myself. But sometimes we may not prepare time management. Sometimes we may not prepare time management. It's a matter of preparation. Matter of preparation. Suppose we are going to teach 35-40 minutes. It is a part of learning. It's a part of learning. Even though I learn the subject matter, how to present within the time. In the board, many of times I see some of the teachers, even me or sometimes we write in the board, middle of the board. When we come to the middle of the board, the topic is not complete. Just they are reaching the half of the topic, bell is rung. Bell is rung. Now what will happen? Next class, again I will have to start the same topic. Lack of time. I lose the, I lost the timing. I lost time. Again, I have to revise it. So when we learn a topic, it is mandatory, it is compulsory. We have to put into mind balancing of time. If I suppose I take a topic, I have to complete within this much time. And reflective observation. If suppose I am putting a topic in front of somebody, how do they observe? How do they observe? When observation comes to a site, all of us might have seen there was a comedy show, comedy with Kabul. I don't think anybody is out of that comedy show. Everybody is watching, as Indians or foreigners also. Many of us watch comedy show. There we see a beautiful thing. He observes each and everything. He says about his observation that he puts into a comedy way, right? So if suppose we have a beautiful observation, concrete and keen observation towards our society in the school, in the class, then easily we can test the students. Easily we can test the students. When we go to the class, when we go to 40 to 45 students are there in a classroom, 40 to 45 students are from 40 to 45 families with the 40 to 45 family backgrounds, different thoughts. One person is teaching. One person is teaching. As rain is going from top, it is same as to all. It comes, it may be strong tree or a small plant. It comes the same force, and if the plant is not strong, that can die. तो हम लोग इतना सोचना है कि जो फोर्स हम लोग दे रहे हैं क्लास में, बच्चों को जो हम लोग जो करिकुलम हम लोग एक्सप्लेन करेंगे, उसको ऑब्जर्व करना है कि जिस बच्चों को जिस प्रकार हम लोग पढ़ाना चाहिए. हर क्लास में 3 तरीके के बच्चे होते हैं, एक्सेलेंट स्टूडेंट्स, एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स, बिलो एवरेज स्टूडेंट्स. हमारा जो सिस्टमैटिक जो टीचिंग जो होते हैं विथ एक्सपीरियंस, बिकॉज वी आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग स्टूडेंट्स, मैं हर बार अपना लाइफ से मैं सिखाऊं, जब भी हम लोग क्लास में जाते हैं, आप लोग भी शायद प्रैक्टिकली एक्सपीरियंस करते होंगे। जब हम लोग क्लास में जाएंगे, हम लोग फर्स्ट पीरियड वी आर नॉट टीचिंग, कभी हम लोग फर्स्ट पीरियड, सेकंड डे, थर्ड डे वी मे नॉट बी टीचिंग, शायद हम लोग पढ़ाते नहीं होंगे। हम लोग क्या करते होंगे, बच्चों से बात करते होंगे, बच्चों से कुछ टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस पूछते होंगे, या कुछ छोटा छोटा टेस्ट कंडक्ट कराते होंगे, या कुछ ट्राई टू इन्वॉल्व द स्टूडेंट्स। मतलब बच्चे के बारे में हम लोग समझने के लिए कोशिश करते हैं। वी ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द स्टूडेंट्स, we try to understand this. That's a process we are doing. Means we are observing the students first, and abstract conceptualization and active experimentation. मैं एक टॉपिक बच्चों को पढ़ा रहा हूँ, उस टॉपिक बच्चे कितना, how far the students are able to capture it, how far the students are able to capture it. If they are able to capture, they reproduce, they reproduce. If they are not able to capture, they may not reproduce. It's simple, very simple. If they are able to understand, they reproduce. If they are not able to understand, they may not reproduce. So we have to ask whether they have experienced or not. So now, as experiential learning cycle, it is here. Four cycles are here: concrete experience, reflective observation, abstractive conceptualization, active experimentation. The last PPT I have said in this, the same it is here. And here we see down, making, building, playing, moving, watching or recording, writing, thinking or connecting, and hypothesizing, estimating or planning. So let us see concrete experience, reflective observation, active experimentation, and abstract conceptualization. All things are interconnected. All things are interconnected. So when we see about experiential education, we should know, we know what is the meaning of education. So education is about learning skill and knowledge. Skill and knowledge. I have skill. So many skills I have. As we believe that a human beings come to the earth, जब भी एक इंसान या एक लिविंग थिंग जब इस दुनिया में आता है, इस दुनिया में कितना सारा स्किल्स होंगे. Every skill a person has. Every skill is within every person. Every person. Some may be specialized in cricket. Some may be specialized in academics. Some may be specialized in caroms. Some may be in chess. Some may be in football. In which we give more practice. In that we are expert of. We are very good teachers. All of us are very good teachers because we are specialized in that. We made use of all skills to this in teaching session. Some are having different, right? And understanding that proper knowledge. I understood my knowledge and putting into practice. It is, suppose Sachin Tendulkar is known as master blaster in cricket because very early age itself he start practicing. If suppose he would have practiced football, he might have known as a football player. Yes, so it is there. So education is all about understand the skill and making use of it. How to make use of it. When I go to the school, simple task. When I go to the class, in the first class, I learn English, means language. For example, in a CBSE school, English, Hindi, Maths, Science, or EVS, Maths, EVS, 4 5 subjects. Gradually, I learned many subjects. Means English. Then we go to 10th class. We learn English, means two languages, Maths, Science, Social Science, and one skill subject. Right? Now you see how it changes. Therefore, it is said education directs to understand the proper skill. When I go to plus one, I opt science or maths. Means I mean science, biology, maths, social science. I mean arts, means humanities or computer. Means one topic I select particularly. I select. Even then, for example, I am selecting mathematics. I am not away from other subjects. I have to learn physics or chemistry, means other 2 subjects, one complementary subject, one other subjects, plus language I have to learn. When I go to graduation, we know the changes, right? One language will be there, two supplementary papers, one main paper, right? When I go to PG, I know language, the particular subject that I learn. Means gradually I am moving towards my proper way of life, proper knowledge. Gradually I am moving. Means in logical, general to particular. When we say simply general to particular, I have all knowledge, I have all skills, I have all skills. I am capable to learn all languages, all subjects, including computer, dance, music, fine arts, PT, everything. I am capable to learn everything, integral, everything. From there to I am gradually identifying what is the special skill within me. What's a special skill within me? Maybe at the time of graduation, I may turn towards a professional qualification, maybe MBBS or any other, in BTech or something. I turn towards, or after PG, I turn towards, or I go to PhD. Means gradually, I'm going to focus on particular point, general to particular. That is what the education directs me. Education directs me to peripheral, means general to particular. You identify yourself through the process of learning. Through the process of learning. That is what the importance of experiential learning. Sometimes we say, students, you study well. You study well because I could not study. When I was a student, I could not study. And we say this also, we find out many techniques how to learn because I failed. I expected 80 marks. I did not get 80 marks. I failed. I could not success as per my dream. So now I am insisting my children, you do. These are the techniques. I skipped. You should not skip. It also helps. It is also means helping people learn how to do things and support them to think about what they learn through education. The knowledge of society, country, the world is passed on from generation to generation. So when we think about importance of education, as I was saying about maybe facts, job skill, or cultural norms, so many things are involved into education. So many things are involved in education. But we have to identify how far this skill is made use of. So we see here three types of education. Three types of education. It can be namely formal, informal, and non-formal. Almost informal and non-formal, it comes almost all same. So here, a chart I have given, a small image I have given. Education means it's a gift, it's a skill, aptitude, improve, and talent. And when we understand, observe, and when we proceed, that becomes experiential learning. Experiential learning, right? So see here, gift. Education is a gift. It's a skill. It's understanding about aptitude. It helps us to improve. It helps us to identify my talent. So therefore, it says that experiential education is a teaching philosophy that informs many methodology in which educators purposefully engage with learners in direct experience and focused reflection in order to increase knowledge, develop skills, clarify values, and develop people's capacity to contribute to their communities. To the communities. It is necessary. It is not that how far knowledge I have. How far knowledge I have. Once one person came to me and said, "Sir, I would like to teach in a school." So I thought, okay, I will prefer to schools. And when he was not selected, but his certificate was excellent, and rather he got above 95% in PG. He was a gold medalist, right? Now it is not that how much knowledge I have. It matters how far I am capable to share my knowledge. How far I am capable to share my knowledge. I may be preparing a beautiful dish at home. If I am not giving with full heart to my guest will not eat. Guest will not eat. That is what means how far I am capable to share. Sometimes there may be a teacher who may not have excellent, knowledge, or he or she may not have excellent, language, but students like that teacher. You know why? Because the teacher knows how to share. How to share. Teachers, उस टीचर को अच्छी तरह मालूम है कैसे बच्चों को उस टॉपिक्स को सिंपली उसके लेवल तक जाके कैसे पढ़ाना है. That teacher knows. So therefore, it tells experiential education. It means develop skills, clarify values, and develop people's capacity to contribute to their communities. How far I am capable to contribute to my society. As a teacher, of course, I know I am teaching in the class. I know. What were students? How the students are contributing to the society? A simple example I can say. A simple example. In the smaller classes, we learn traffic lights. Three colors we see. Now, when railway crossing is closed, for example, I also observe near to my school there is a railway cross. Railway cross is closed. All four-wheelers are waiting. Many of the bikes are also waiting. Sometimes I observed maybe some school students, they just bend down, take the cycle and go another side. They go to another side. Now, are they contributing to the society? The learning what they learned, are they contributing to the society? No. What they have to do, they have to stay there. They have to stay there. Even if suppose somebody is trying to go under the rail, then under the barrier, the student should tell uncle or somebody who or maybe anybody, elder or younger, kindly wait till it opens. Kindly wait till it opens. Using for the society. Suppose somebody is going by bicycle or a bike, how do they park it? Whether parking the place in a concern with other people or not. This is called, we are learning how far we are able to put into our life. How far we are able to put into our life. That matters. It is not that I am MCA or MTech in computer science. It matters how far I am able to make use of software and hardware. How far I am able to, I have beautiful computer. Whether I am able to use my computer in a proper way or not, that matters. Not only theory. Theory along with practical is very necessary. If I learn only theory, I may swim somewhere. I may sink down. But if I have proper practical knowledge, that will help me. That is what experiential learning is insisting us. One example of experiential learning is going to be zoo and learning through observation and interaction with the zoo environment as opposed to reading about animals from a book. Thus, one makes discoveries and experiments with knowledge firsthand instead of hearing or reading about other experiences. One movie we might have seen, Slumdog Millionaire. Slumdog Millionaire movie we have seen. In that question, Kaun Bane Crorepati, like there's also question is asked to the contestant, and the contestant says each and every answer not from the textbook. He says from his experience. Last I went to one of the classes in 10th, one of the sections, and I told there was a chapter, letter to God. In English, letter to God. And I asked students, do you know how to write a letter? They told no, they haven't written. They chat through, WhatsApp, they chat through Facebook. So I told no. Okay, we'll experience how to write a letter. I told you write a letter in a A4 size paper to your parents, telling thanks to your parents. I told them to write a letter to their parents and ask them to put into the post office and let it reach into the home. And every student has done it. And I told them, bring it back after showing to getting in the hand of students. And we can take the students to court, civil court, with the student judge's permission. We can take the students into zoo. Let them see and experience. Therefore, I told, if the child touches the fire once, the child will never forget what's the pain and experience of touching a fire. Experience. Nothing can be substituted from the experience. Thus, one makes discoveries and experiments, in the other than reading, other than reading. So, experiential learning cycle goes like this. Same I told from Colt's theory. I have said it: experiencing, reflecting, thinking, and acting. And experiencing something I experienced. For example, I went out of house, and it start raining. It start raining. Then I remembered, oh, it is the month of July. It's a month of July. July month, it rains. It's quite natural. In our side, Bihar and all, Bihar, after 15th of June, it start raining. So it rains. July month, it rains. Right? So I reflected. And what did I think? What did I think? I should take an umbrella or a raincoat whenever I go out of house. Whenever I go out of house, I should take a raincoat or umbrella. And acting. When I went the next time, I have carried an umbrella or a raincoat. That is what simple method of experiential learning cycle. Simple way of experiential learning cycle. So I experienced, reflected, thought, and acted accordingly. And I got the benefit out of it. I got the benefit out of it, right? See here in the brain, the same way only, just I put the same concepts. In the how we should, from which part of brain this kind of thought comes. So what's the importance of experiential learning? We learn a lot of things. Okay. So why it is used? By engaging students in experiences on reflection, they are better able to connect theories and knowledge learned in the classroom to real world situation. When students participate in experiential education, opportunities they gain a better understanding of course material. Okay, the better understanding of a material. So as I said in an example, letter to God is a chapter. I told them write a letter. They understood how to write a letter, how to put into the post office, what are the process, how much rupees stamp should be pasted, and how to write the address and where to write the address. They understood. Simple. They understood. Now, a person who learned about agriculture, unless and until a person goes into the field and see what's the process of sowing, paddy, they will not understand. I would like to share one of the people's experience when I was in Jharkhand. In Chakradarpur, there is a town Chakradarpur. So in Chakradarpur, it's called a CKP. There I could find a teacher. He has done his BSc. He has completed in agriculture, and he has done B.Ed also. And he has not gone to school. He started farming. He started farming. I asked him, instead of doing farming, being a farmer, why couldn't you go apply for government job as a teacher or private school you could have joined? He said, I am interested in agriculture. I studied that. Now the benefit is to me, I am cultivating everything in a better way. Not only that, every week he calls the farmers around in the village. He calls the farmers in the village and he gives awareness class to everybody in this season. What are the cultivation should be done, how to maintain. Not only that, he gives awareness about this too. What are the benefits from the government? What are benefits from the government they achieve? And what are the subsidies they get from the government? What are the policies of government for motivating and promoting agriculture in the village, in the town areas? He explains. And not only he benefits, others also. Means learned curriculum put into practice. I saw the same place, some of the people, we see kind of experience. We take a soil. Suppose we need to know how far this soil is having nitrogen. Suppose soil should have nitrogen in order to have good cultivation. There should be nitrogen. So what do people do? Take soil and give it to the lab, and they'll say how much nitrogen is there. If it is less, in a natural way, they plant pea. Any kinds of pea can be planted, so nitrogen comes up. So, but old people, do you know what do they do? Take the soil little bit, put in the mouth. We might have observed. Just put in the mouth, and they say, yes, this soil is good for cultivation. and else they say these are the things should be done for the cultivation. See this. It's learned from the life experience. See, so here there is a pedagogy, there is a methodology how to analyze the, analyze it. In its simplest form, experiential learning means learning from experience or learning by doing. Experiential education first immerse learners in an experience and then encourages reflection about the experience to develop new skill, new attitude, or new ways of thinking. It is, thought is very necessary. It is very necessary. So, new skill. I have a skill. For example, I know to, bat well. In cricket, I know how to bat, but I am looking into someone who is bowling well. I also learned how to put ball. I also learned how to put ball, right? I know how to play caroms, but looking into someone, I also learned how to play chess. I knew mathematics. I learned from someone's science. I knew social science. I learned from someone computer. I knew about software. I learned from someone hardware. Means I can learn new skills, new attitude, new ways of thinking. How should I think? That thinking, when it is about past, For example, a judgment came from civil court. Sometimes the judges or especially the advocates, they refer high court or supreme court judgment, right? They based on that they put some new things. Because of these reasons, this happened. So it can be a new thought can come. I am giving the benefit is that students will understand a new idea. They will get new ideas. They get new ideas. I'm giving something new, they create something new. I am giving something new, they create something new. So what are characteristics? Engages the learners in direct experience and focused reflection in order to increase knowledge, develop skills, and clarify values. Facilitated and guided practice, reflection, and evaluation are all essential components of this transformative method of learning. All components, as I said, in order to increase knowledge, develop skills, and clarify values. I have knowledge. I have a property said, if suppose something is stolen by thief, अगर कोई thief कुछ चोर हम लोग से कुछ ले सकते तो सिर्फ knowledge not be theft. Or more the more increases. Knowledge, the more we give, the more it increases. And where we do in order to experience and practice. इतना बहुत अच्छा एक शब्द है हिंदी में साधना. In Hindi there is a beautiful word of practice, sadhana. If we do practice, everything will change. We become expert out of it. We become expert out of it. We become expert in that. And gradually my skill goes. It is not that, as I said, suppose Vishwanath Anand, he is not as, chess master in the world itself. It is not that Vishwanath Anand born and fine morning, एक दिन सुबह सुबह वो बहुत फेमस हो गया. No, इतना साधना किया उससे वो एक्सपर्ट हो गया. And his skill increased. That is what, when we play in chess also, there's a 3-step crossing is available. When if suppose the opponent is not aware about how the movement is going on, within 3 steps we can close. We can keep a check and close the game. How it is possible? With the practice. And clarify the values. I am giving something. Value means result. I need to get it back. For example, I have knowledge how to break this wall. The wall is there behind. This is a wall. I know how to break it. I have the skill. I know how to. I have knowledge how to break it. I took the hand. I'm just banging on it. Just trying to break it. Will it break? Will it break? No, it will not break. Do you know why? Result is not enough. I'm using the hand. My hand is not enough to break. Then I have to use my skill. I have to use the hammer. Then I will get the result or value in time. In time. For example, a person is drawing water from the well. Drawing water, maybe he has to take 100 liters of water and he's drawing water from the well. How much time it takes? Now I have a technology, kept a motor and put on the switch. Within seconds, 100 liters filled. This is what? This is what normal, learning and experiential learning. There's a difference. And normal learning is like a 2G or 3G, and experiential learning is something like a 4G or 5G. In out of India, we can say about 6G or 7G, right? It increases. It increases. So when we have this learning, there should be some activities. Experiential learning is a process of learning through experience, and in both active and reflective process. Experiential learning focuses on gaining knowledge firsthand instead of simply hearing or reading about a topic. But just because an activity is hands-on does not mean it is an experiential learning. See the contradiction of the statements. See the contradiction of the statement. It is saying about you should have an activity. You should have an activity, but does not mean you conducted an activity, so it is an experiential learning. Yes. So activity should be, or the purpose of the activity should fulfill the experiential learning. It's not that just we conducted the activity or we went to the class and we have taught the students, just reading the textbook. Students, open the textbook, सभी किताब खोलिए, कहाँ तक पिछले सप्ताह पिछला क्लास में कहाँ पढ़ा है, अभी कहाँ से शुरू करना है. हम लोग बच्चों से पूछते हैं क्या करना है, कैसे करना है, कहाँ से शुरू करना है, तो बच्चे बताते हैं, हम लोग शुरू करते हैं. 30-35 मिनट खत्म हो गया, हम लोग निकल के चले जाते हैं नेक्स्ट क्लास में, नेक्स्ट सेशन में. नो यूज ऑफ, नो यूज ऑफ, नो यूज. वी नीड express the feeling of the topic. We should express the feeling of the topic. That's what. When I feel, when I feel that someone has hurt me, हम लोग क्या करते हैं? हम लोग रोते हैं. When somebody hurts me, I cry. हम लोग रोते हैं. When somebody makes me angry, हम लोग गुस्सा हो जाते हैं. I take out the feeling. Means that is called the real emotion. Emotion. That should come in the classroom. If suppose I am teaching something, suppose झांसी की रानी कविता है हिंदी में, झांसी की रानी की कविता हम लोग पढ़ाएंगे, बच्चों की फील होना चाहिए कि जो वहां पे खड़े हैं और कुछ नहीं है, झांसी की रानी है, उतना फीलिंग आना चाहिए. Suppose we say something about, that should come. We think not only language, in mathematics, science also it is possible. Techniques are there, methodology is there, pedagogy is there. We need to implement those pedagogies into the practical life. into the practical life. ये फॉर्मूला which we have, एक फॉर्मूला है हमारे पास, उस फॉर्मूला को हम लोग बोर्ड में लिखते हैं, उसको सॉल्व करते हैं और बच्चों को बताते हैं आप लिखिए और नेक्स्ट एक्सरसाइज में हम लोग चला जाते हैं. नो, फाइंड आउट समथिंग, उस फॉर्मूला हम लोग कैसे सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे और उस फॉर्मूला कैसे हम लोग हमारा डे टू डे लाइफ में कनेक्ट करते हुए हम लोग कैसे बच्चों को पढ़ाएंगे. हम लोग छोटे क्लास में हम लोग पढ़ते हैं, राम दुकान गया, उसका हाथ में 10 रुपया माँ ने दिया और 5 रुपये का कॉपी लिया और 2 रुपये का चॉकलेट लिया, बाकी कितना पैसे है उसके पास, नॉर्मल लाइफ से लिया गया. ना केवल राम, लक्ष्मण भी जाते हैं, मैं भी जाता हूं, आप भी जाते होंगे. सिंपल. तो एक लाइफ का, इट इज कनेक्टेड विद द लाइफ. It is gradually when it goes to upper class, what we do, we write the formula, we forgot it. शायद हम लोग ज्योमेट्री पढ़ाते होंगे, ट्रायंगल हम लोग पढ़ाते हैं और सर्कल पढ़ाते हैं, हम लोग बच्चों को बताते हैं बाबू सर्कल में 9 साइड्स आते हैं, सर्कल को कोई साइड्स नहीं है, पर खत्म किया. हम लोग ये होमवर्क देना चाहिए बच्चों को, घर पे जाके ही लिखना है आपका किचन में सर्कल से कनेक्टेड कितना आर्टिकल्स है, उसका रेडिएशन, रेडियस, सब कुछ पता करना चाहिए. Then they go to home, they make it practice at home. Now what is a homework? Written works. अभी हमारा सभी बच्चों को क्या होमवर्क है? रिटर्न वर्क्स है. होमवर्क मींस रिटर्न वर्क्स. होमवर्क मींस रिटर्न वर्क्स नहीं. होमवर्क मींस एक्सपीरियंस द लर्निंग व्हाट आई लर्न फ्रॉम द स्कूल. जो मैं स्कूल से सीखा हूं उसको घर पे आके एक्सपीरियंस कराना चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस करना चाहिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड होमवर्क. We do complete the exercise 4.6, 4.7, 4.8. Complete the writing works. Complete whatever I given the class. Complete means write. We are not asking students to practice, experience what you learned. 30-35-40 मिनट हम लोग जो किताब पढ़ाते हैं उसको एक्सपीरियंस करने के लिए उसको आधा घंटा 45 मिनट 1 घंटा का टाइम देना चाहिए घर जाने के बाद. उसी तरह होमवर्क देना चाहिए. Therefore, it comes importance of experiential learning and activity. Question each other. Suppose some in the classroom and how to learn. So classroom में हम लोग क्या बताते हैं? We ask a question. नॉर्मली ऐसे होता है, हम लोग एक सवाल पूछते हैं बच्चों से और उनसे हम लोग उम्मीद करते हैं जवाब देने के लिए. मैं कल परसों एक मूवी देखे तो उस मूवी में एक बच्चे हैं, उस किसको हर दिन हर पीरियड में टीचर जो भी टीचर्स जाते हैं उसको पनिशमेंट मिलते हैं. कारण क्या है? कुछ भी होमवर्क नहीं करते हैं या कुछ पढ़ते भी नहीं, कुछ भी पढ़ते नहीं. तो एक टीचर ने बुलाया और उन्होंने कहा बाबू आपको ये करना है, कल या तो 2-3 दिन का टाइम लेना है और आप 101 क्वेश्चंस बना के लेकर आना है. आपको क्या करना है? आंसर्स पढ़ने के लिए नहीं है, आपको किताब से भी नहीं, आपका मन में जो कुछ आए, उसको सवाल बनाइए. आप टेक्स्ट बुक में कर सकते हैं, आपका माँ बाप का मदद ले सकते हैं, आपका भाई बहन का मदद ले सकते हैं, समाज का मदद ले सकते हैं, अपना घर का एनवायरनमेंट का मदद ले सकते हैं, जो कुछ भी मदद ले सकते हैं. लेकिन आपको 101 क्वेश्चंस बनाना है. उस बनाने के लिए आपको मैं एक गिफ्ट दूंगा. 101 क्वेश्चन के लिए एक गिफ्ट. तो बच्चे ने उनसे टीचर ने पूछा मैं 1010 क्वेश्चन बनाऊंगा, आप मुझको 10 गिफ्ट दे दीजिए. उन्होंने कहा मैं दे दूंगा, लेकिन आप बना के आइए. उस बच्चे ने घर जाके उस रात को सोए नहीं है, 10 क्वेश्चंस बना के टीचर के पास आया और दिखाया, सर यहाँ पे 10 क्वेश्चंस है, अगर इस 10 क्वेश्चन सही है तो मैं बाकी क्वेश्चंस बनाने के लिए शुरू करूंगा. कल तक किताब नहीं खोला था, किसी से पढ़ाई के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं पूछा था, किसी से ज्यादा बात भी नहीं किया था. दैट स्टूडेंट केम टू द स्टूडेंट टीचर एंड आस्क्ड इज इट राइट, क्या ये सवाल सही है कि नहीं है, क्या ये प्रॉपर स्टैंडर्ड क्वेश्चंस है कि नहीं. दैट इज व्हाट मींस अंडरस्टैंडिंग. गिव देम वर्क. मैं हर बार मेरे टीचर्स को बताता हूं, टीचर्स जो है ना कितना प्रतिशत काम करते हैं? 100%? नो, 200% से ज्यादा काम करते हैं हम लोग. हर एक टीचर 200% से ज्यादा काम करते हैं. नॉर्मली 100% काम करना चाहिए, लेकिन हम लोग 200% काम करते हैं. लेकिन बच्चे 50% भी काम नहीं करते हैं. दैट इज व्हाट रिवर्स इट शुड बी. रिवर्स इट. आई एम नॉट सेइंग वी शुड नॉट वर्क. हम लोग भी काम करेंगे, उसके साथ साथ हम लोगों से ज्यादा बच्चे काम करना है. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि ज्यादा होमवर्क दे बच्चों को. नो, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट यू गिव होमवर्क टू स्टूडेंट्स एंड एंगेज देम. नो, bring them into the experiential learning. And what are 5 steps for experiential learning? Experience itself. This can be scheduled activity. Current event जब मैंने बीच में बताया था कि हम लोग बच्चों को कुछ पोस्ट ऑफिस में ले जा सकते हैं, कोर्ट में ले जा सकते हैं, जू में ले जा सकते हैं या रेलवे स्टेशन ले जा सकते हैं. And publishing, participants reflect on their personal journey through that experience, like publishing school magazines करा सकते हैं, exhibitions करा सकते हैं. We have a lot of practices. And processing, generalizing and applying. This is what 5 steps for experiential learning. Experiencing, publishing, processing, generalizing and applying. See here, cycle for experiential learning. Explore, experience, connect, create, share, reflect, and explore. It comes circle. It comes circle. Suppose we have all this process, easily we can come into the experiential learning. Not only that, above the expected result, we will get it. We will get above the expected result. And here, in experiential learning, a support development. See here, enables children to pursue their own areas of interest. This is what another important thing. हम लोग कभी कभी बच्चों को फोर्स करते हैं पेरेंट्स. हम लोग 3 इडियट्स मूवी देखे होंगे. 3 इडियट्स मूवी में माधवन को उसका पेरेंट्स बताता है आपको इंजीनियर बनना है. उस लास्ट पॉइंट में उसका पिताजी कहते हैं कि उसका पड़ोसी का बच्चे ज्यादा सैलरी कमाएंगे, तुम 20-25 हजार रुपए में क्या करेंगे. उन्होंने एक बात बताते हैं, सेल्फ सैटिस्फैक्शन. My skill I am having in photography. I am having the skill in photography. Then why should I go to engineering? हमारा समाज में कई सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे होंगे जो बीटेक एमटेक क्वालिफाइड किए होंगे या नहीं है, तो बहुत सारे बच्चे जेई नीट के नाम पे सालों साल बर्बाद करते होंगे. सालों साल में कई सारे बच्चों को देखे हैं. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? मैं इंजीनियरिंग के लिए तैयार कर रहा हूं. आप क्या कर रहे हैं? मैं नीट के लिए तैयार कर रहा हूं. क्या कर रहे हैं? कितना सालों से? 3 साल से, 5 साल से, 6 साल से. +2 भी शायद बच्चे क्वालिफाई नहीं करते होंगे. ग्रेजुएशन सपना में भी नहीं है. ग्रेजुएशन सपना में भी नहीं है. +2 पास किया, नीट और जेई के पीछे पड़ा हुआ. Why? Understand the skill. I'm not saying try. That is good. Once you failed, second time you failed, try. Nothing wrong in that. But understand what is the real skill within you. How you can, go ahead. So it helps, plays, enables children to act out alternatives and to find different ways to express social and emotional difficulties. Do you understand? How should I? When I get, fever, if I get a headache, then I understand what is the effect of headache. Few pains, we cannot tolerate. कुछ pains ऐसे हैं हम लोग tolerate नहीं कर सकते, जैसे कि headache, stomach pain, teeth pain. We cannot tolerate. If I got these pains, then I understand I cannot tolerate easily. If I have not got this, I will not understand what others' pain is. So as students' engagement increases through this process of learning accelerates and retention improves attitudes towards learning. The personal nature of experiential learning engages the students' emotions as well as enhancing their knowledge and skill. As I said in the beginning itself, हमारा जो knowledge and skill हर दिन ऐसे बढ़ते जाएंगे. Do you know why? I not only have knowledge, मेरे पास सिर्फ knowledge नहीं है, मेरे पास experience. मेरे पास experience है. Means knowledge with experience is equal to wisdom. I might have said in before also in the workshop. Knowledge plus experience is equal to wisdom. Wisdom is higher than knowledge. हमारे पास क्या होना चाहिए? Wisdom होना चाहिए. मेरा बच्चे के पास क्या होना चाहिए? Wisdom होना चाहिए. कल जो आने वाले बच्चे के पास क्या होना चाहिए? Wisdom होना चाहिए. सिर्फ नॉलेज नहीं है, सिर्फ नॉलेज नहीं है. टेक्स्ट बुक नॉलेज के लिए बच्चे हमारे स्कूल में नहीं आ रहे हैं. हमारे स्कूल में बच्चे आ रहे हैं विजडम के लिए, सिर्फ नॉलेज के लिए नहीं है. हमारे पास एक्सपीरियंस है, हमारे पास प्रॉपर नॉलेज है. हमारा जिम्मेदारी है बच्चों को उस डायरेक्शन में ले जाना. एंड 4 steps for learning, same I have said before also. And see here, concrete, if, why, what, how. These are the questions we have to ask. These are the questions we have to ask. Means we have to motivate the students, ask questions. How the class is successful? कैसे हम लोग कर सकते? मेरा क्लास इफेक्टिव है. मेरा क्लास इफेक्टिव है तब होगा, मेरा क्लास इफेक्टिव तब होगा जब मेरा क्लास में कई सारा सवाल उठेंगे. जब मेरा क्लास में कई सारा सवाल उठेंगे, जब बच्चे मुझसे ज्यादा सवाल पूछेंगे, तब मेरा क्लास इंटरेस्टिंग होंगे, तब मेरा क्लास सबके लिए यूजफुल होंगे. If suppose I am asking only, it will not be. Motivate the students, ask questions, Ask questions. It is very important. Ask how. I remember a chapter in grade 8 social science history, chapter 1, what, where, and when. A beautiful chapter about what happened, when it happened. When we ask the questions, it solves all my problems. When I ask my questions, it is solved. All problems are solved. So ask, motivate, encourage the students to ask. And here in a few methods, choose, step, and apply. Out, Outbound trainings, management games, team building activities, adventure based learning, outdoor learning activities, drama, art, theater, simulating based learning, film making, storytelling, creativity games, mystery games, or service games. Not only that, I like to add something more. और एक बात मैं कहना चाहता हूं, एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग के बेस पर बहुत सारा क्वेश्चंस भी क्वेश्चन पेपर में सीबीएसई पूछते हैं. Experiential learning based questions are also asked in the examinations, the board examinations. What experience I have? What experience I have? Or about all aspects of my knowledge. See here. Okay, this, it's a, aesthetic can be audio, verbal, visual can be logical, can be learning, many aspects can be visible surrounded with all this experiential learning. Students, educators, employees. See here, see the diagram here, how far it is, gaining work experience from class work. फॉर एग्जाम्पल वन कोर्स, एक बच्चा मुझसे सवाल पूछा, उसका जवाब मुझको मालूम नहीं है, मैंने घर जाके उसको या गूगल में जाके चेक किया, उसका जवाब मुझको मिला. I learned something. I learned something means this connection should be there. There should be the proper connection. There should be the proper connection of what I teach and how far the students are experiencing it. How far the students are experiencing it. If I am not able to do in such a way, if I'm not able to promote this experiential learning in my day-to-day pedagogy, I am not success. I am not success. That's what. I am not success. So it is my responsibility. It is my responsibility as a teacher how far I can promote experiential learning in the class. And who is benefiting? I am benefiting. Students are benefiting. What I am benefiting, I will be identified as the best teacher of the school. Mock trail debates, or promoting how far we can promote this school campus or boarding components to campus life. Students are responsible for some aspects of their daily lives, such as cleaning, time management, study. I also both schools make council members, class leaders, and council members. Means we are giving the responsibility to students and making them capable for tomorrow's life. We are making experiential learning is telling that you are going to be excellent one, capable one for tomorrow's life. You are going to be capable and independent for tomorrow's life. You see here, placements, maybe internship, maybe field trip, any activities can be done, and it should be excellent and fully implemented in every classroom. So at last, I like to tell one thing, dear teachers, when we go to the classroom, don't think that I have my textbook in my hand. Go with few activities which is really connected, which is really interlinking textbook and students to their daily lives, to their daily life. So from now onwards, let us learn, let my children learn from their daily lives. Again, I like to insist one more thing. Writing works are the not only the homeworks. हम लोग लिखने के लिए बहुत कितना सारा homeworks दीजिए. That is not only the homeworks. Homework should be experiential learning, experiential education. Let our students learn from their experience, from our experience. With this, I'd like to conclude today's workshop on experiential education. So I thank the president of Parliputra Sahoda, Dr. Rajanjan sir, and other executives, secretaries, all teachers around I don't know, more than 2,900 teachers, I think, present, around 3,000. So I thank all teachers for being a part of this workshop. Thank you very much.